Alright, it has been a while since we have done a Garden Warfare 3 Let's Talk. This series is basically me just saying some ideas, and then you guys post your ideas in the comment section. And usually if I see a lot of good ideas and a lot of cool comments on the topic, I'll do a second part where I read out those comments and give you a little shout out in the process. So today's topic, we've already done a lot of topics with this because this is a long run series and I always have new ideas, and I have some pretty good ones today that I've just never thought of that I would love to see in a Garden Warfare 3 game. Even though we're never going to get one, it's just fun to talk about what's on our mind because we are creative people. Game modes. So what game modes would I like to see in GW3? We have had lots of game modes that have not stuck around, new game modes that just were taken away too soon, and very, very fun limited time game modes. So let's get into what I would like. First off, I'm going to kind of talk about game modes that I don't think should be limited time, aka Mystery Portal. And then we're going to get into game modes I think that should be limited time modes. So in Garden Warfare 3, I would like to see the basic modes we already have in GW2. If you guys know, with Battle for Neighborville, they did have something called Battle Arena, which was a permanent mode. But then they got rid of it, which was dumb. I think with GW3, we should have something like Solo Survivors, which was a limited time mode that we don't get no more in GW2, or Battle Arena. They basically were the same thing, just a little bit different in both scenarios. One had a custom map, the others were just maps that you could get on Team Vanquish. But that's what I want. I would like a permanent mode that you could play in a 4v4 situation. It has very intense 4v4 combat. Another permanent mode that I think would be sick and kind of work, but it is going off of another game, kind of copying it, but basically Overwatch has done as well, is, if you guys don't know, in Team Fortress 2, there's a mode called Man versus Machine. And what it is a trial of multiple challenges of waves of enemies that are robots. And you have to complete it, and it can be very difficult and very intense. And at the end, when you complete a full tour, you get a special reward, or a chance at a special reward. I would love to see something like that in GW3 as a permanent mode where you can queue up with some players and fight either machine versions of the plants or zombies, or it could be like gnomes, because the gnomes are basically like an enemy to both the plants and the zombies. Either one, I think both would be a great idea, and you can have some very fun PvE while teaming up as the plants or the zombies, and they have to kind of work together to do this mode. I think that'd be pretty fun, and you can have some special rewards that you can get a chance at getting if they do implement this, like with TF2. Now, the next permanent mode that I'm surprised no one has ever commented or thought of is there are vehicles in PvZ, both, for the zombies and for the plants. We've never had any use of those vehicles unless it was in like a story type quest. What if there was a mode where it was all air combat? Because we see in the backyard, in the sky, they are fighting in the sky. Both the plants and the zombies. You see the big airship and all that for the zombies, and then you see the corn planes coming in and attacking them every now and then. Like, that made me think that would be a sick mode to play, and I would like that to be a permanent mode because it's just so unique. And I think some people like to have that space or like air combat type of deal. And maybe they can even be a mode where it has both the ground vehicles and stuff, like kind of like something with Battlefield, where you have your ground combat, then you have people that like to play the tanks and stuff. But that would be a massive map. That's way, way too much thinking, and I don't think they're down for that. But a simple little mode where they have some like air battles, oh, I would love that, man. And I just thought I would share that idea because I never thought of that, and I've never seen a comment on that. I'm like, that would actually be sick. And now we get to some limited time modes I think would work great with GW3 and stuff that we've already talked about in the past few years with the series. Capture the Taco, it needs to be one. Now, some people would argue, but Taco Bandits is a permanent mode in GW1. For me, I think it works great being a limited time mode because the hype around it and just it being so uniquely different, I think it's fun. So I think it'll be a great thing to have still as limited time mode for GW3. Boss mode, if you guys don't know, I said this idea lots of times. Basically, have a Team Vanquish or Turf Takeover set map a little bit bigger. and you basically just play as bosses. You don't have any sort of regular characters. You play as bosses, and it's just Team Vanquish, limited time mode, fun fights. And then a minion mode, same difference, but instead you play as brown coats, TV heads, all smaller guys, not your normal characters or classes you usually play as. That would be pretty fun as well. I wouldn't mind that as limited time mode. And another limited time mode that I think all of us can agree on that we would love to see in GW3, just because it could be so endless and so fun, and it just was so hype whenever we got it, was Boss Hunt. They need to add back Boss Hunt into GW3. It was everyone working together. Whenever it was a new boss to hunt, everyone needed to figure out what you had to do in order to do it, because there were certain waves that would kill everyone if you did it wrong. That was the fun of it, and the fact that they removed it in GW2 is just disappointing, and I would love to see that back in GW3, of course. Suburbanation Isolation. This one, I don't know if people agree with me, but I would love to see that as a fun little weekly mode that you get in the mystery portal, because that mode in BFN is really fun. It works. I love it. You get those intense fights at that one point, and you gotta rack up points with just 1 point. Makes it super fun and chaotic. I always liked that in BFN, and I think that would work great in GW3. And the last but not least, which is simple, cats versus dinos. We know it. We love it. It was so unique, so fun. So there's my ideas. Let me know what you think of it, and let me know your ideas if they're different, or if you agree with me or disagree with me. What you would change, what you wouldn't change. I would love to know. And if I see any very out of the box thinking stuff that I think would work great, I'm gonna then make a part 2 reading your comments. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love the support. All right. See ya.